Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're back in Castle Flipper at Happy Town, still population 1, but we are progressing and learning as we go now. We've done all the main tutorials I think, so I think we're going to actually be starting the proper game now. Assignment, build a small house. So, I hear you're into construction work. Maybe you'd like to learn some new tricks. Oh, I would, please teach me more things. We have a little job to do, so if you want to help us and learn something extra, please come to the outskirts. Of course we'll pay for the trouble. And what we need to do is build your first house. Yes! So we need to build one house and with 3 foundations, 4 roofs, a door, and change the look of your house, and 3 furnish the house. Interesting. So we've definitely got numbered goals. Oh, 3,000, so that's a little bit more money again. So we are still sort of in tutorial then, because we're being taught how to build houses now. Wait, if we're going to be taught how to build houses, does that mean we get to build one of our own? On our own piece of land? Or hopefully after this one we can build. Yes! Oh, we're in a proper little village here, look. Oh, look, that does look very medieval, doesn't it? Awesome. Building. Now you will learn how to build things. Yes! It's a very useful skill if you want to develop your own kingdom. Yes, I do. Go up to the green ghost and follow the hints on the screen. Okay, building tutorial. Yes! I see a green outline there, look. So, okay, so a green thing appears and that's where they want you to put stuff. Right, so that's what we're going to do, I guess. But I think maybe we have a little look at the actual village itself, because this might give us some ideas about what sort of thing is possible to build in the game, because I'm assuming that the village is built with the tools that we're going to have. Yeah, so you've got the traditional wattle and daub sort of housing with the wooden frames and the white plaster panels and the cross beams and things, and then you've got wooden bases and stone bases, and you've got half stone, half plaster houses, and so yeah, you've got a mix of lots of sort of traditionally medieval style buildings, haven't you? So here we've got a plaster build with a wood roof and a rough hewn wood door. To be honest, that's got proper windows, real windows. You wouldn't have got that in medieval times though, would you? Because glass was so expensive at that point. See, that one's got wooden shutters. That's much more what I would have expected. So we've got plaster with a stone and then a wooden roof and oh my gosh, that's a proper castle. Can we? Oh no, we can't go inside, can we? Oh, look at that, it's got proper castle doors and an iron grille gate, and oh wow, look how long the walls are for the castle, wow. See, that's what I would have classed as the more traditional medieval, with the stone on the bottom floor and then the plaster higher up. That was a way a lot of people built, didn't they? And then the downstairs could often be either a workshop or animal living accommodation or a storage room, or just because of the damp ground and stuff, quite often you'd have stone as the bottom floor and then wood or the wattle and daub plaster stuff higher up, so that it didn't get wet, wouldn't you, from the ground seepage and stuff. Oh look, a little lake. That's, oh, chest! We found a chest. Oh hang on, what does it say? 2 chests. Right, so we need to build 1 house, 3 foundations, 4 roofs, 1 door, change the look of your house once, furnish the house, not of 3, and 2 chests. So 1 chest is by the little pond. So that was quite far out because we were very close to the turn back stage, weren't we? Haystack, there's nothing hidden in there. See, that could have been a good place for a chest, couldn't it? Hidden behind the haystack. So that we've got bales of wood and lean-tos and stuff for storage and for potentially for animals, look. But I don't think there are any animals here because it's actually the village. Maybe they've got them outside if they've got the land. There was often a piece of common land, wasn't there, close to the town or inside the town itself, for people who didn't have land could graze out 1 or 2 animals or something there, couldn't they? Like 1 cow for milk or 2 sheep or something like that, couldn't it? There was a limit to how much each person could use, that wasn't there? So maybe we think about doing that if our kingdom gets big enough. Maybe we have a little piece of common land for people to graze animals and stuff on. Yeah, and this little village is very well spread out because it's got little fields and things between the houses. I mean, in medieval times, if you were in a village, maybe you could be more spread out because you could have little parcels of land to farm and stuff, but in cities and things, they were very, very narrow alleys, weren't they, and they built over the top of them, so our land, we could try and make it a bit more rural, or we could make it very urbanised. Oh, I see, we were right, the second chest was in a little lean-to, but it was the opposite side of the map to where the little pond in the first chest was, so cool. Right, so they've got our little fields, look, between the houses. Doesn't seem to be an awful lot growing in there at the moment, though. Right, so let's go and get focused with our mission. Let's go and build our house. So they said follow the green outline so that we can see a green outline, look, and they filled up our action bar with lots of items. So number 1 is the foundation. So we follow the green marker around the house and pop our foundations in the location. So left click pops it down. There we go, so that's our foundations. Right, now they want a wall, which is press number 2, look, they've lit that up for us. That looks like a solid wall. So we want one here, and then they've left a gap, look, probably for the window, look, we've got a window on 4 and a door on 3, see, so let's follow around with the solid walls on 2. So at the back, they want both back walls to be the solid one. Oh, solid on the side. I would have maybe put a window there to match the opposite side as well. Oh, and then, we're going to have 3 windows together there by the looks of it. Right, the door, that's number 3. And then the window, number 4, will be to fill in 2 here and then 1 behind us, yes? Beautiful. That's all of our walls in place. Well, at least the framework of the walls anyway. Right, so now they're at roof. So they want it to be side to side, whereas it automatically tries to go front to back. So you can choose which orientation to have your roofing in. Right, so let's just try and move that around. So if we change positions, will that automatically just flip it? Yes, and yeah, there's a pop-up though saying that we can go O and P to turn it around, but or you can use the scroll wheel to rotate as well. So there we go, we've got one in place. Put one next to it. Flip round. So most of them, once you've got the first one in, most of them seem to automatically rotate to be in the right orientation. Right, number 6 for the shutter. That was like a little wooden shutter. Oh, that's quite pretty actually, look. Quite nicely detailed, that. And yeah, these wooden shutters is much more what I would have expected in a medieval village than that one over there with glass windows is a little out of place, I think. Right, wooden door, number 7. Not as ornate as the shutters, but looks pretty strong and stable, doesn't it? Right, so with the tab we can get alter, select to change the appearance of buildings and items. Right, so what choices have we got? Rock, which we can't do. Yeah, we've got no stone look. Can't do smooth rock, and we can't do plaster, so we need rock for all of those 3. We do have wood though, so press left mouse button on any part of the building to change its appearance. That actually says change its appearance, it should be its appearance. Okay, so the boards look worn on the floor. Oh, so on the walls, look, they're not as worn. Which is atmospheric because the floor would be more worn than the walls probably. But that means that the walls and the floors of the same style don't match each other. So maybe we do a bit of a mix and match if you want everything to match properly. Oh, and the ceiling looks worn as well. The ceiling wouldn't be worn because that's above your head, so... But I do like the fact that it's 2 different colours. Furniture. To insert the furniture, open the equipment with the inventory key and then select the type of furniture you are interested in. Press the icon to place the furniture. You can also create your own set of most frequently used items. Click on the icon and drag it to any of the slots at the bottom of the screen. So like they've put the ones in for the building, we could do the same with furniture. So once we get back to our own place, we can choose which items we put in our hotbar, so we can put our most used pieces of walling and furniture, so we can just grab them really quickly, or you can open your inventory. And that, I love the fact that you've got these little videos of how it works as well. So you've not just got the written description, you've also got the video so that you can see exactly how it works. And they're giving us the green outlines to show us what they're expecting us to do. That's a nice touch too. So we want what are we allowed to choose? We're only allowed to choose buildings. Can't choose castles, we can choose houses. So these are the items, well, mostly they're the items that they've dropped in our hotbar to build this house, except for that one there that looks like a roof panel. Right, so we've got beds, closets and shelving. Right, so for the bed, we've got 6 different beds that we could purchase. Let's go for a simple bed. Do we have to match the picture? No, we don't have to match the picture. It looks like we can use any of the beds, because it's already said 1 of 3, see? So now we need a closet. So the closets, we've got 4 different closets. This one to me looks more closet-like. So let's see if we can... Right, so O and P rotate. There we go, look. Or you can use a scroll wheel. I'm using the O and the P. Because I'm using a trackball that actually doesn't have a scroll wheel on it at the moment, though I do have a new one that does, which I haven't started to use yet because this one's still working. Alright, so shelving. We've got 7 different types of shelves that we can use. That one looks quite grand and ornate. There we go, we have completed our mission, and we will receive 3,000 gold. I don't actually know what this game calls the gold. I'm sure someone will tell us at some point, so I'm just going to call it gold at the moment because they're little gold coins. Right, so there, any piece of furniture would work then for the requirements of the house. So we're going to take a little picture of it, since it's our first build. And as you can see, we have completed all of the objectives. Look, they're all ticked off nicely. Let's take a little screenshot a little bit further back so we get the castle and the village in there. Shot, right. And now we'll go back to our house and see if that now means that we can build something on our own land. Can we have a little house of our own, please? Oh. Oh, it's gone dark. Oh no, there's a day and night cycle. Oops, that's going to be very difficult to try and build, isn't it? Oh, look how dark everything is. I can't see. Okay, I'm going to try and figure out the day and night cycle turning off. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. Oh, look, there it is. It's in options there, day and night cycle. Right, so it seems that we have to wait for it to get light enough to turn the day and night cycle off unless we've got a bed. So let's do our talent tree first. Right, we've got 3 points. So we can increase the size of our backpack. Let's do that, and then we can negotiate so we get prices a little bit cheaper. So yeah, I think we'll do those. I think we'll probably follow the talent tree down from top to bottom. I think since they've been put in that order, that's probably a good order in which to do things, isn't it? Right, so here on our own piece of land, look, we're being asked to build a house with at least 4 foundations, 4 roofs, a door, and change the appearance. So we're pretty much doing what we did at the last little job, but we can do it on our own land, except that we're here in night time when I can't see. So we either need a bed to change how much light we've got, or we have to wait for it to get a little bit lighter and then turn the day-night cycle off. So here, look, there's the day-night cycle thing. So if you turn it off, then it won't change from where we currently are. So we're going to have to wait for the time to tick through until we get to the light level that we want, and then turn it on and off. Right, so I think it's light enough to see what we're doing now. Though the day-night cycle is still progressing, we're going to wait for it to get a little bit lighter to lock it. Right, there's nothing else on our board at the moment, so we have to build a house in order to progress any further. Right, so let's see what we've got. So we can build the house. So we've got the foundation. What's this? Foundations and floors. So is that, can that be used as a foundation or is that for higher stories? So we want door, window, solid wall and some form of roof. So that looks like a tiled roof. That's the wooden roof that we had in the last one. So let's have a look at a different one, shall we? Or shall we? Let's put both down, because I don't know if we'll be able to do the tiled roof because we haven't got any rock, have we? We've only got wood, so we might need the wooden one. So we've got a few different choices here, look. Don't know if we're nearly any of those yet, maybe later on. Right, so the wooden shutters, because we've only got wood, and just a few locked items there, look, and a wooden door. Yeah, that's the basic stuff that we're going to need for a simple house, isn't it? And then we can make, well, look, lots of items in there as well. So we've got a few more options there in beds by the looks of it than we had in the original one. So there's a bed, and a mattress, and a wardrobe or closet of some sort. Again, there's a few locked ones. We've got more options than we had at the last little job. Which one should we go for? Kind of like that. That looks like a proper wardrobe, and then shelving. Again, we've got more options. Look, we've got a fancy little round table there. Look, we've even got a mirror. Wow. There we go. That's a nice little selection of items, isn't it, to start with? Let's see how far we can get with our money. Right, so let's have a look. I think we might be light enough now to... Right, so now we've figured it out that if you have the day-night cycle checked, then the day-night progresses, and if it's a completely blank box, then it stops. So we've paused it at this light level now. Still got some shade here. We might want it to go a tiny bit further forward, I'm not sure. Maybe a little bit more to move some of this shade. So we'll be probably, once we've locked the day-night cycle, we'll probably not touch that again, so we'll fiddle with it until we fix it. Right, so let's start right in the corner of the plot that we've got, and we need 4 foundations, so we'll make ourselves a nice little square there. And these are the same foundations we used in the last job, so the building is fairly normal. Right, the door at the front. And then we want a couple of windows. Let's have one next to the door at the front, and then let's have one in the back and one in the side that's open to the outside world. Right, and then we'll fill the rest in with solid walls. The reason we've got 2 solid walls on this side is we're probably going to have another house there, and you don't want them to be looking straight into each other's houses, do you? Because we've not got much space, so they'll be right close next to each other. So let's use the little wooden roof, and let's make it side-to-side roof. I just think the side-to-side looks nicer from the front elevation then. Alright, and a door, and some shutters in all of our little gaps. There we go, that's all of them, isn't it? Right, so now we need to choose our finish, but we don't have any stone, so it's all going to have to be wood. So altar is now there. Oh, look, there's even more options now. Old wood, new wood, fine plastic. Yeah, we've got more options. The only 2 that we can use is either wood or old wood. So let's try old wood, because that's the one we didn't use on the other one. So that's a darker flooring. Oh, and weathered walls. Oh, that's interesting. So if you use standard wood, you could have a weathered floor to match your old wood weathered walls. And if you want it all to look new, then you use the wood on the walls and the old wood on the ceiling and the floor. That's our house. Oh gosh, that's dark. That's very dark inside, isn't it? The outside looks a little bit weathered for the old wood on the roof. Right, okay. So we'll have to try all the different styles and decide which ones we like the best. Right, where should we put our bed? I think over in this corner, furthest away from the door, is the best place for that. Right, it doesn't come with a mattress, so we need to add the mattress to it there. There's only one mattress, so you don't have a choice on that one. Right, and then the closet can go on the side wall, which is a solid wood wall, so we're not blocking a... Oops. Got the mattress back by accident there, trying to move the wardrobe. Right, so there it is now. O and P to rotate it out of the way. And let's put that up against the full solid wall, so we're not blocking windows. Move it to a better position. That's good. And then we've got like a chest of drawers thing to put on this other solid door there, and I think that's all we're probably going to put inside for now, unless we can find some sort of lighting, because it's really dark inside here. So, oh look, we've got some kitchen items that don't really have a lot of space for stuff like that inside of. Oh, lights under and miscellaneous. Oh look, so we've got torches, candles, some very big ornate things, maybe for more ostentatious houses later on. So we want something for, about a candle to go on the wall. Can I kind of put it in the middle of the, where the panels meet, maybe? Put one on both sides? I wonder how much light that will add. But it's very difficult to see at the moment, so I think we definitely need to add lighting. Let's put one on the back here near the bed as well, if I can line it up. Oop. Yeah, thank you. How about the middle as well at the front? I suspect they're not going to be that bright, so I think we'll want one on every like joint of walls and things, maybe, to try and get a bit more lighting. Right, how do we... torch, yes. We did that at the trebuchet, didn't we? So we have to individually light each of them. I'm going to assume that they won't run out of being lit, so once we've lit up the place, that's sorted. Yeah, it doesn't have a ton of light, but that makes it much easier. Now we can actually see what we've got in here. So there we've got our very first little house, and now apparently from the bed you can change the day-night cycle, but I think we've probably got to a good time automatically. Yeah, this level of light looks pretty good. And there's our first little house. We have a house on our own piece of land. That's a milestone event, isn't it? So we'll definitely save that. Beautiful. And we need to try and lock the day-night cycle now. We've got a good level of light, I think. Oh look, population 2. Now we've built a house that said there's space for an extra person, look. Oh, we've got a new building, look, over here. So somebody else has moved in. Ooh, that's interesting. Shall we have a look what this is? What is that? Is that like an anvil? And there's an upstairs and a downstairs by the looks of it. Workshop. Oh, workshop. This is a workshop. Use it to change the name of your town, create your own banner, or unlock new furniture. Ooh. Go inside and see for yourself. Oh, we've got a treasure trove. So we can change the name of our town. We can make a banner. Oh, so we can have our own heraldic banner for our town. Oh, awesome. And then we get new furniture. So is this for the items that have the little lock symbol in the inventory, or do we get those later for doing quests and things? Oh look, lots of little things. Oh, there's our second person, look. I'm going to leave it, I think, as Happy Town for now. I'm quite happy with that idea, but it's really good to know that if you make a mistake you can change it. Look at the model. He's really cool, actually. That's a really nice model. Okay, so we've got 2 more things to take a look at. So that's making your own heraldic banner. So we just use the books to be able to access it. Oh, flags, symbols, frames, backgrounds, and background colours. Oh, that looks quite complex. I think we might do that in the next episode. Workshop to unlock items. Oh, that might be the ones that were locked in the inventory. Cool. I think we'll do this in the next episode then. Try and make our banner and unlock some of the pieces of furniture. Right, but there was an upstairs here, so let's have a quick look up here. That's quite cool, actually. Oh, you can open the shutters and leave them open, look. Stairs as well. Hopefully we get that later. So I think we'll leave it there. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy gaming!